everybody, it's Kyle, the Blanket Lord, back again with more Factory Town. Let's get into the game. It's gonna take a while to load, as it tends to at this point. Alright, we're in. Okay, so we left off yesterday. I was able to finally build all of my houses, and I almost missed building some because I'm a goof. So, let's start off just having a little bit of fun and make the top level look beautiful. We'll need some wood benches, but I don't actually have any. I'll use wood benches because I can't use stone. I don't have any polished stone in a shared inventory. That's fine. Throw a flower box down, throw down some lampposts in all of their beautiful glory. And now the top level is truly the place to be. Beautiful. Okay, so actual things on the to-do list. I think I will get the mana reactor back running because I feel like one of the categories I am not fulfilling if I mouse over a house is, well, currently I guess I am filling the advanced gadgets, but I'm not fulfilling it from my rule set that I'm going to lay out later, which is that I can only sell things that are worth the maximum amount of satisfaction from that category. So like I can still sell meat, but if I'm not going to be able to sell my fruit juice anymore. I'm going to have to upgrade to veggie stew, which is it's going to have a bit of an impact. One, because juice is where I'm getting a lot of red coins from. Still good with butter, although my butter isn't meeting needs, but like reinforced planks, basically it's going to change my whole economy around. And I'm going to struggle with red coins, it probably. That being said, there are a few things, spell books and jewelry, where I have a large variety of things to pick from. In this case, Fire Ring and the Strength spell book to give me red coins, so I don't have to worry about things on that front. And obviously, the medical wrap. I'm gonna have to make elixirs for potions, which is kind of unfortunate because I guess I will need a lot of purple coins if I'm gonna upgrade things. I got a little sidetracked. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is the advanced gadgets is satisfied. The only two things that I can actually sell to meet my rule set are magic rails or magic conveyors. Both of those require actual like stones as their ingredients. What are they? Like the crystals here. There we go. Like an air crystal, for instance, to make the magic conveyor. So if I'm selling those, I need to be producing crystals, but that requires me to have a strong enough temple that I'm actually able to produce enough crystals to meet my demand. So right now I can actually throw down some more Omni Boosts. Seems every upgrade is an additional 40%, which is not amazing. Okay, let me hook everything back up so we can at least start making things again. That's air. Connect it right there. Takes care of that. That is air, right? Yes, okay. Get earth hooked back in. I'll delete this because I don't need it. Earth's all the way on the other side of the map, which is annoying. Don't make this mistake where I build my line backwards. I need to go to the location first. Alright, earth. And I can pretty safely just draw a straight line. Is nice. So there's that. Need fire and water. Okay, so here is water. Nice and close, easy to work with. But going to block my fire. Because of the way I have my output line built. So I guess I'll just have to go around with the fire. I mean, like, it's not the biggest issue. Wait. Where is the actual shrine? I always forget where the actual fire shrine... Oh, here's the line. Okay, so this isn't as bad as it originally comes off as. Just kind of have to go around everything and waste a bunch of pipes, but that is a-okay. Eventually I'll be able to delete the line, but it'll be in a bit. And I will actually want to go around. I was debating if I wanted to make like some weird little contraption to get this to work nicely, but I think it's better to have one line for each element, and we will actually start producing things. I have made a terrible mistake, I think, that I have connected my airline with my... What the fuck did I do here? Oh, okay. I drew straight through there. Alright. That'll be fun to fix. Oops. Don't know why I didn't see that. I guess it won't be the most difficult thing to fix, just moderately difficult to fix. So, let's see, which one of these is the input? This is the input. So I need a sorter to force all of these air crystals out. Off to a banging start. Alright, item filter, air crystals, GTFO out of the system. Wonder if I accidentally pushed all of my mana crystals out as a result. Probably. That's what it looks like happened. Okay, so it's working now. I might have to add new crystals to the system, because it's all sorts of messed up. Oh, that's so bad. Okay, so they're slowly feeding their way out. There is like one crystal in the entire system. I can probably pull some from the production end. So let me take a transmitter before I do anything. Yes, that is directly in the line. Place it here instead, and we'll use a pusher to feed it in. And now we will fill the system up so I actually have a more consistent output currently of air crystals. I mean, that being said, it's still going to be limited by the production rate of Omni Stones, which, while good, is not, like, infinite. Still, why is this here? It's jamming things up. Alright, just place it once and then very quickly open. I'm done now. Okay. There we go. Alright, so the system will fill back up and work a bit better as a result. That's probably sufficient. No, I probably shouldn't leave the transmitter. Yeah, I'll leave it there, it won't matter, but if there's one thing I should have learned at this point is that irresponsible management of the mana pipe network routinely leads to disastrous results. Okay, so the issue with the current setup is not that I don't have enough crystals, but rather that I am not pushing them into the system fast enough. So let's modify my lines real quick. I'm gonna just increase the output of from all sources. And obviously, I should get focused on building some sort of line to create. Words are hard. Magic conveyors, because that'll help as well, but in the meantime, we will just stick with what we've got. Okay, so you can do this whole setup and make just a super hookup from the barn. And that'll work on either side for one of the barns, which will at least help improve throughput. And then the other barn's not going to be able to handle as much, but it'll still be good. Okay. And just make a second layer, as ridiculous as it is. But it means that we'll be able to expand the infrastructure. Because right now, they're probably also going to be limited by the actual input. Like on this right now, this barn isn't even getting all of the resources into it currently. Because they're not flowing through fast enough. And the way to fix that is to build another layer. I feel like this setup is dumb and should just be trashed. Okay. So, official stance at this point. Just feed directly into a barn. I guess these two should both feed into the right one. And then the other ones can feed into the left one. No, that'll never do. Okay. Oops. Alright. So right now these are sharing a line, which is obviously causing a lot of issues, but this whole system will probably need to be rebuilt before I can go hard on making magic conveyors. Okay, this should help with things a little bit. And I need to actually hook this side up if I plan on doing anything with it. Now from the other barns. So can only really do like one stacked line without them competing, at least I guess since ether is required at double the rate. I might as well utilize the space to do 2 ether for ether. Alternatively, this could be, now that I think about it, this is a great opportunity for a very tight railcart system. Because that has a much higher throughput than any of these things can hope to achieve. So I'm gonna do it. If I had given myself more space, it'd be a little easier to set up, but I think I can still accomplish the goal. Obviously this part in the center will be really easy, but that's beside the point. Okay, so do this on both regards. In those respects, I suppose, I can actually have... How do I want to set this bit up? I think I'll do one barn for each with just a straight line in from each refinery. And then I'll just make the rail line go above it. The issue is going to be this bit right here, because I need it to stay one way, so I will just kind of have to go around it in a big circle, but this part will be really easy. Because rails do one really nice thing, and that is they move a lot of stuff in a small space very, very quickly. I'm even running into issues on this front. It's like if I pause this, it's not pushing crystals through the system fast enough. Okay, I mean, I guess that's fair on this front. Oh, this part's probably jammed anyway, which is part of it. So, I'll mostly end up worrying about this from the whole build the magic conveyor aspect. But let me get the minecarts put down. So, the crystal side of the rail will be a lot easier, because I just have to do a loop like this. Why is it like, okay. So, let me throw down some minecarts. How many wheels do I have in storage? Not very many. I know I'm not making them, which is a problem, but probably something I need to look at resolving. Okay, so these will move crystals from the barns into the shrine. I realized I did a direct line. I only did one layer, and I'm probably going to need multiple layers from each of these. So what I should probably do, I guess I can just do 3, because I don't have space for layers. Oh, this is not even reaching. Okay. I can still build over this, which is important, and mimic it on this side. Alright, perfect. Now I'll get some grabbers. Nope, not unpause the game. Get grabbers. Okay, so now it's outputting on all fronts. And now I need the minecart system. Alternative. Alright, there is a better solution to this. Let me delete this. So I can make one on the ground, and then it can be a full loop. And then this one I can put up in the air above the other line, and we will be sitting pretty. And I'll still have a lot of space available to pull from, as far as needing to get crystals out of here for other purposes. I guess there's no reason not to have multiple rail stops, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Okay, so all these are outputs, and also have some inputs immediately. That way I can better utilize things. Yeah. Okay, now I'll throw down a bunch of minecarts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sure, 6. Hope that one's not in the same spot, oh no. 6. Onward to victory. This setup is backwards. That'll still work. Okay, now I can build the other one over top. can I? There we go. Just being uncooperative. It's very uncooperative. There we go. Okay, still do the whole rail stop thing here. 4 would probably be sufficient. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, so it's actually completely full, so it's impossible to tell if this is going to work or not. But it's valuable to note. Okay, so these barns should fill up pretty quickly. These aren't getting enough fuel, and that's because I'm still using chutes for fuel. Okay, time to make a change. Can't even really do much, but this should at least modify or help a little bit, I would think. I guess we'll see. Grabber. I don't know how the rates compare, but it is more consistent. That's still not enough. Alternatively, I can just get a can cut costs and get a magma generator up here, which is probably what I'll want to do anyway. Yeah, because this is not cutting it. And magma generator is easier to scale a little bit more so. Okay. Alright. Guess I just will have it go straight from the magma, or from the fire shrines into the thing. I probably don't need this many fire shrines. Guess let me put one down for each. So this does scale. So yeah, I only need one per, if even. Like one per setup might be more than I need, but at least this way it's more modular and easier to work with. Okay, let me have a look at my network. And on the plus side, I can steal some firestones pretty easily because I have a massive backlog of them. Where do I want to build my recharging setup? Do rechargers speed up? They don't seem to. So, Omnistones to boost rechargers could be a good course of action to take things, because you're actually going to see more noteworthy impact. That being said, you could just build more of them, but sometimes there's only so much you can do, so much space you have to work with. I would imagine that this airstone setup is probably not cutting it either. I'm gonna have to look into changing that. And build a more localized system. Honestly, I could just build the mines and have them feed directly into the refineries. I think it takes, let's see, one mine can make one every 6. It only uses one every 10. So it would take like 3 mines, I think, to power 4 refineries. So 6 times 1.67. Oh, I don't even know. 4 divided by 5/3. What I need, I'm pretty sure. 2.4 mines to get that, so yeah. And I'll probably want to do that, so let me get this network set up and make sure I don't build into an existing network. Okay, I feel like I always overestimate the amount I need for this setup. I feel like it's not as much as it originally seems like it's going to be. Alright, mana pipe. Steal some firestones. I guess we'll see if this ends up cutting it or not, because there's a chance that it just won't have enough throughput. Tools, pusher, no, logistics blocks, pusher, okay. So now I'll be sending firestones into this system. They're not re-entering? Why is that? Because the receiver is on a different level. Fucking brilliant. Okay. I mean, it's a simple fix, it's just annoying. Alright. So now we're actually seeing some energy and some power. Should probably throw it on a splitter. Okay, this has sorted itself out, so I can change this back. Oh no. Messed it up. I've got a crystal in a system that's not supposed to be there. Okay. So we're slowly filling the system up. And I guess I'll find out if this is sufficient or not. Because it's going to drain them real fast, and that's part of the problem. But it's hard to tell if that ends up mattering or not. How is this doing? I should probably increase my storage for Omni Stones. Okay, we're gonna build the super barn. Conga line. Until I need to utilize this space and deeply regret my decisions, but it's the solution for now. Because it's easy. Okay. So it's gonna keep doing its thing. But it needs more power. Okay, yeah, it definitely needs a larger setup. It's only got one. Like, realistically, I should probably have 3. Okay. Let me... It's gonna shut things off for a second, but let me delete this. Empty out the current setup to the best of my ability. I don't have space, that's the part of the problem. Okay, never mind. And then if it's full, they'll just move on further. But actually I can go up the hill and then just modify my line accordingly. Alright. I want that to be on stone. It's more important than wood scaffold. Okay, get the pushers in, set up the infrastructure. Oh. Needs to filter around that way. I'll probably have to put more crystals into the system now, but that's fine. And then by default, each one will feed into the other one, but there's still plenty of room for it to go around, so... Okay. Then it will just filter by demand. So where's a source of crystals that I can borrow from? Probably nowhere on this side of the line, I would think. That's a closed system, so I'm gonna have to increase the size of it. Which seems like it'll be fine, because it doesn't seem like I'm utilizing these at their maximum capacity. Alright. So let me build an additional transmitter. I guess I'll build it right here. And then use a pusher to make it priority. Okay, so it's going to feed into that. And we can go connect that to the Omni Geode, or Omni Stone power line. Where is that? Over this way. Okay. And here they come. Tools. Probably want to sort that, have a splitter just to divvy things up a little more evenly. Because even though it's not a closed system, it still needs to be relatively balanced. So now we should start seeing maintained throughput and, as a result, faster Omnistone generation. It's going to take a little bit for this system to fully lock up. How am I doing on the Firestone aspect? It is completely jammed. Alright. I need to take a few crystals out of here. I just need to make this setup a little bit larger. Probably make another mitochondria so I can hold more. Alright. So now we should start seeing throughput. Why is this one not utilizing its crystals? Why is it full? Oh, this barn just isn't full. I forgot, the actual air temple's not doing anything right now. Okay. Let me go ahead and delete these barns. Well, one of them. Bye, barn. Now let's clear this line and build some official mines. Finally start down the path of magic conveyors, which would be an important step before I go through and rebuild my existing infrastructure. Okay, so I need 3 mines to power all these guys. I want to give them a little bit of space. Should be I guess I'll just use a rail system again, because honestly it's easier. Okay, I need to place some airstone. Beautiful. Alright, airstone, airstone, and guess what? Airstone. So these are gonna fill up very quickly. So I guess, didn't really give it enough space to use silos. Is bad. Where is it? That's not gonna work. Okay. So I'll just have to make a tight loop with minecarts, and that should still be fine, as long as I have enough carts in the system. Alright. So like, I feel like this is a cheating way to solve my problem, but it does solve my problem. Okay, so we need a good number of minecarts on here because there's no intermediate buffer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sure. Onward to victory. I do need to get a system somewhere going and building, actually making wheels again, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to do this. Okay, so I don't know if this is necessarily going to get the job done, but it's working right now. Let me look at this mana setup. I know that these all require energy. I feel like they're probably not going to get it enough. So I'm going to modify this setup a little bit so that everything gets more power. So 2 inputs, and then they all go back to the output. And just use a splitter. And on this end, do something similar. I can duplicate the same design, I just have to kind of design it a little strangely. So I need to go up. There's 1, there's 2, so splitter here, and then around and connect. So the splitter there. There, splitter there, splitter here, splitter here. Okay. So I want to throw more crystals into the system, probably. What's your deal? Why are you not sharing? Oh, I guess those pipes weren't connected. I guess, you know, that would be a reason why it wouldn't work. Okay, so that has a stronger setup now, which is good. Okay. This is all working as intended. Omni stones are being manufactured. How are we doing on those? They're getting there. They're doing what they're supposed to do, at least. And I am meeting power needs now, which is good. If I have a look at this, yes, it is always fully and consistently powered. I probably don't need to import any more crystals into the system. Probably flooded it at this point, honestly. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Splitters for, oh yeah, these are literally just input from the crystal field. Yeah, the system's jammed. Whatever, it's fine. It's working, right? That's the only thing that matters. Let's go have a look at Unholy Abomination over here. Is this doing its job? Are all these full? Or they're working on being full at least? Kind of, sorta. What a ridiculous system. Okay. Go back to business. Magical conveyors. I want to make them, so I should probably start working on them. Let me... Trying to think, how do I do this so I pull from here without taking from this priority? But honestly, it probably doesn't matter. So I know you build them at a magical forge. what other elements do I need for this? Magic Forge. It takes 10 fuel, a metal conveyor belt, and an air crystal. And 20 seconds of time. Jeez. Okay. I'll probably want to build 2 forges then, at the very least, to output them at a reasonable rate. I could even... Let me think, because this is building it at this is manufacturing crystals at an artificial rate of slightly faster than 1 every 10 seconds. So, to fully utilize everything that's coming out of here, I produce 4 forges, okay. So, first and foremost, let's just get the crystals out of the system. We can probably use a regular conveyor belt or 2 for this. I'll make it raised up in the air, just so it's a little easier to distinguish from everything else. Okay. Alright, and I'll use a barn even though I don't need to as an intermediary storage, just to keep things organized, because they currently are not. Okay, so 2 conveyor belts pull crystals out. I don't necessarily think we need to, but this will ensure that it's a non-issue. And this will also help give me a brief moment to see if my system can actually handle the output from all of this. I think it can. Everything seems to be going well. These are all full. These are full. This one's not. Well, I mean, it's getting refilled, so I guess that's all that really matters. And this barn will be full in a not very long period of time. I check my mana network to see. Okay, this still has some space to work through, so it's fine. And if worse comes to worse, I can siphon from the barn inventory itself. Okay, so I need a... Can I upgrade this? Yeah, I can. Okay, give it another boost. Jeez, 500 Omni stones to get the next upgrade. Or just an extra 60 or 40%. That is absurd. I am consuming gold coins faster than I am making them right now. So that's something to be weary of as far as this whole manufacturing setup is concerned. But this is for me, not for selling, so I don't have to worry about it as much as I would with the other stuff. Okay, so I am producing 4 forges worth of things. Words are hard. Basically, my limiting factor is going to be my air temple, which means I do, and I guess I don't even need this second line, but let's not use it. I need whatever system I have in place, it has to produce a metal conveyor belt 1 every 10 seconds in order to meet demand. And then I need fuel, but fuel is easy enough to get using a fire shrine. So let's build 4 forges, magic forges to be precise. Because I'm at a point where as long as I can maintain throughput, it's mostly fine. I'm not really going to be hitting a point where I'm like this assembly line is not going to go much more faster than it currently is. I can only really increase it by a quarter at max happiness, so I don't need to worry about that. Which means my whole setup over here is honestly probably more or larger than it needs to be, but it does look nice. Like, I do look at this and I'm like, this, I can appreciate this. And part of it is it's not built vertically. The vertical structures, while they save footprint, they're atrocious. But that's beside the point. Anyway, I want to flatten some ground. I'm gonna carve a hole in this mountain Because why not? My mountain, I'll do with it as I please. Wahahaha. Gotta smooth out the front part. Beautiful. I'll think of it as like my, you know, like a Dragon Ball Z moment where they were just fighting and had such an intense battle that they just blew a giant chunk out of the mountain. But also this gives me a space to work with that's nice and flat. What's going on over here? Oh, it's my gold setup so that I always have an inventory full of gold. Forgot about that. A lot of mana shards over here, which I guess doesn't really benefit me, but it's kinda cool. I don't know, it's like, because mines can mine from depleted nodes, there's like no excitement from seeing resources. And I get like it's an early access. I'm not confident it's a bug right now that they can't, or that they can do it. Like it might be at working as intended just because the developer might not be confident in the systems they have in place to alleviate running out of resources. Like there's the Earth Shrine, but it's so far down the line that you're using mines way before you get to that point. I don't know. There's probably a solution there, but right now it's resources spend more time being in the way than they do being helpful. I still haven't... I'm gonna throw it on a packager. What do packages do? Pack items into crates. Takes 4 items that are packageable and it puts them into a crate. Why have I not utilized this service at all? Yeah, like, okay. So this is what I'm gonna do from now on instead of minecarts. Granted, it's not a small platform or a small footprint friendly design, but it will let me move lots of things very quickly. In fact, I could build massive systems that move absurd amounts of things, like fish, for instance. Pack all the fish into boxes and then pick up the boxes using minecart. I guess I'm concerned it could have an impact on the way that it filters, but that's beside the point. Magic forges, since I'm getting distracted. Okay. 4 forges. I would like them all to be level, which is why I went and leveled this ground, but I didn't do a good enough job of it, it would seem. Flatten down. Okay. Set all of these to be magic conveyor belts. And voila. So getting the resources from Barn 1 to these guys isn't going to be that hard. That's not the difficult part. And I guess I'm not even confident it's going to be difficult to actually build the metal conveyor belt version as well, because it's going to be on such a small scale comparatively speaking. I don't really have to worry about making it big. Okay. Where am I going? I need grabbers. Pull air crystals and fill up my internal inventory. Next, I need fuel. How do I want to build fuel? Probably 2 fire shrines. Honestly, 1 fire shrine can probably meet demand. So let's build 1 fire shrine that goes above all this stuff. And then just feeds out from both sides. Buildings, fire shrine. guess if I'm a little more responsible with my design now, I might be able to utilize this for the iron as well, but I think I'll just make it, I'll modulate it. Okay, so need pushers and grabbers. And I'll probably just borrow the existing fire network. Okay, so I want a splitter for this so that it stays distributed. We're already full, which is, I mean, to be expected. This is not going to be a huge draw. Okay, so got that front taken care of. Now I need build, set up to make cloth conveyor belts, and then to upgrade them to metal conveyor belts. So, probably build the cloth conveyor belt on this side. I guess what I need to do first and foremost is build my outputs so that I don't accidentally design my system in a way that I can't utilize my creation, which would arguably defeat the whole purpose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, that's a lot of conveyor belts. Okay. Probably don't need this many metal or magic conveyor belts, but the more the merrier. Okay, I need some grabbers. To keep an eye on the gold coins when I'm not using them to make the air stones at a high rate, like right now while the machine is off, or I guess only working on the mana reactor. It's not going to, or I will generate a profit in that circumstance. Need one more barn. Gotta do it for the symmetry's sake. But it still doesn't reach, so I'm gonna have to use a grabber to pull. How unfortunate. Can probably just trash this setup right here. I mean, I built it for a purpose and it served its purpose. Otherwise, right now, it's just a risk of interference with the transmitters pointed out into the sky. I guess not the transmitters. If they were receivers, it could cause problems, but individual transmitters, they're one way, so they don't cause a lot of issues. Okay, that's going to keep working on Omni Stones. And this will output a bunch of conveyor belts at some point. So, a cloth conveyor belt needs a number of things. It requires, let's see, where's the workshop? I have the workshop output right here, so I can go across, and this will be my upgrade point over here, and I conveniently actually have iron right there for the upgrade purpose. So, cloth conveyor belt, 4 seconds. Needs 2 wagon wheels, 1 cloth, and 1 stone brick. That's pretty simple. So I will need wood and cloth, probably, and stone, I guess. Trying to think if I can get away with... I'll need a couple of I'll need 2 mines mining stone, so I'll build that way off on the edge, because it'll be annoying. Honestly, no, I should build it closest, because it'll be annoying. Alright, let me build this up in the air. Because the more I think about it, the more I'm going to need to do that. I guess I'll build my steps first. I just need to save enough space over here that I can... You know what, no. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright. Oh my good lord. This is my designated workshop location for the cloth conveyor belt. That's high enough that I can go over the barn, which is important. Workshop. Okay, so I need a stonemason. Why am I having so many issues? I can build the stonemason underneath it, probably. Where is it? Stonemason's back towards the top, isn't it? Yeah. One stonemason. Making stone bricks, which takes 4 seconds, but takes 4 bricks. And then I can use a silo to get it up there. The tried and true method of vertical transportation. Alright, where are silos? Do I even have any in this setup at this point? I don't think I do. Oh, I've got one right here, but it's not actually part of that assembly line. Okay, so then I need 2 mines. Mines have to be on the ground, so I'll build them on the ground. Can do 1 and 2, and that'll work. And I need some stone. Farming and mining. Where is it? Place stone. So don't need a lot, because it doesn't really impact it at all. Alright, and because this is running at such a low yield, I can honestly probably even get away with using a chute here without running into problems. Okay, so now this will be producing 1 stone's worth of, or 1 stone brick in 8 seconds. Obviously it's going to go much faster than that, but as far as the time constraint is concerned. Next up will be wood, probably, as my best bet. How long does it take to craft a wagon wheel? Wagon wheel takes 5 seconds and 2 planks. I'm only working on a 10-second time frame, so I can reasonably just build 1 workshop, do wood wheels. Alright, so let me get a forester put down. Buildings. That's it. Forester. I feel like I should give this a little more space to work with, because I know it does dig through trees pretty quickly. It takes 2 seconds to produce a tree, or a log. I think I can go up without having issues. I just might have to do it with more than 1 silo. I can use chutes, but I'm going to stick with conveyor belts to keep it safe and consistent. Alright, so throw that down. Build a lumber mill on top. Okay, so lumber mill it'll take 12 seconds for me to produce the amount of planks that I need, which is not sufficient. Plus I think if I look at the amount of wood, yeah, okay, so I do need to double up this. I just want to place my scaffold, but I'm doing it in the wrong order. Did not mean to pause the game. Okay, copious amount of grabbers and whatnot, but we should be good now. Now I just have to actually build the framework. Hello, Dark, is it Ether or Ether? I need to know the appropriate pronunciation since they have it in this game. Okay, Ether. Or Ether, sorry. My throat's all messed up. Getting over a cold. I was sick all weekend, but I'm doing okay now. I just sound weird. Tree planter. So how y'all doing tonight? Okay, plant tree. Good, tired. Makes, you know, same here. Beat the game. You got, did you get the, what's your definition? You get to 1600 happiness? Or did you get to level 10 base? Did you set out to accomplish a silly goal and meet that goal? Level 10 base. Yeah, I mean, that's beating the game, you know? That's how, when you unlock all your houses. Yeah, well, yesterday when I got it, that was my first time as well, so I'm kind of... It's strange working with the systems now that, like, everything that I've got going on doesn't work anymore. I can't keep up. Mostly because of, shoots and whatnot, not going fast enough at this point. But even like systems that were horribly jammed before are now just like not able to meet demand. Okay, what's going on with this? This can't output fast enough. If I look at this, I'm like, oh, I've got these barns right here that'll be really nice when it comes time to scale this up, but because of the barns and where they're placed, you can't output wheat fast enough. I might be able to scale this up, actually. Let me try real quick. No, if I just throw some scaffold on, it should allow me to... it should by default route to new inputs that are added. Oh, but the grabber only grabs from one side. I forgot about that. Okay, never mind. That won't work. And I'll just leave those weird, half-developed little shoots there and go back to what I was doing. Which I honestly forget what it was at this point. This is bread. Mess this system up. Yeah, whatever. It'll all get destroyed in due time. How are these doing? These have planks in them now, which is good. So next step will be to feed those. Click on your lowest happiness house. Oh gosh. I know I'm not meeting demands, universe. I haven't reworked anything yet. Okay, so there's some ones at the bottom. There's some that with only 10. But are any of them on the outside where I can actually click on them? I think this one. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, grain's no longer meeting demands because my sandwich line is terrible. Same thing with tools? That seems weird. Maybe not so weird when I look at the fact that they still have cloth conveyor belts. I'm gonna nuke this place eventually, I promise. I'm gonna nuke it and rebuild it from the ground up with better designs and better resources. Just, right now it ain't cutting it. Oh, never got this running. I don't know if you saw Universe or not, but I remember we were trying to solve this problem. I think I have a better solution, but it just hasn't been worth digging into yet. So, I can get a rough idea of how much is in this by looking at this, and sometimes it's right. Okay, anyway, back to this. So I need to actually do something with these planks. Trying to think. They should still be fine. Well, no, I might want to have each one be its own line. Just have to be careful how much space I use on this workshop right now. Like to the point where building on the front I feel like should be prohibited. Yeah, I'm working on magic conveyors, that's what this terrible contraption is. Keep this low, and then I still have accessible ports higher up on the side. Yeah. Look, I didn't understand the whole research aspect very well. I'm like, oh, I'll just keep putting this off, and then I put it off so long that it's not working too great. All these trees are destroyed at this point. I don't know if I probably didn't build this large enough, but that being said, it's a low speed system that just had a lot of buffer space that it had to fill quickly. Alright, let me get the cloth and then this will be all good. And then on the other side I can build the metal part. By doing farming. Yeah, I mean, a lot of what I've got, like, there are still things I don't even have lines for yet. Like, I don't have spell books or anything like that, or gourmet. But I'm keen on starting anew with better resources, because I would rather just... I want something that works and makes a little more sense than what I've got going on over there, and maybe something with cause less of a frame rate hit. Yeah, I have it. I think I made a bunch of enchanted books. I just haven't done anything with them yet. But yeah, I've still got that set up still, and that one's not too terrible. Although I think it needs more rechargers. I think that part was built really poorly. I need. I'm not going to be able to get water up here. I forgot about that. Because I am on a mountain. Plant some cotton. And place a farm. Alright, got the cotton. Trying to think, I probably don't even really realistically need a setup this large, but it's not going to hurt anything. Oops, missed a silo. There, cloth, wrong recipe for cloth. I do think it makes sense that there are two different recipes, but I do think it's a little strange that you can't just like satisfy it with either. But I guess then you can be more specific on how you do your things, and that's kind of the whole point, I guess. Okay. Let's go over this. I can hide all the terrible grabbers. They're orange arrows of shame, even though And I don't even know where I'm going at with this. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. They're orange arrows of glory, not of shame. How dare I disrespect them like that? Okay, so it's going to start making conveyors, which is good. Now I need to upgrade them at a machine shop on this side. Okay, so I'll build my machine shop kind of with the same general game plan. Put it up in the air where things can reach it. Metal conveyor belt. So one takes 12 seconds, so I am actually going to need 2 machine shops. I didn't think about that part. Okay. So I guess what I'll do then, just do them side by side. My Omnistone supply is low, but I'm working on it. I'm currently making them, I just don't have a lot. Guess let me throw it on one of these. I should have an unlimited supply of reinforced planks at this point, so I can swap that back out with the Omnistone. 905, I guess it's not terrible, but what, like the next upgrade on the air temple is 500? Yeah, I only have 1 mana reactor right now. It just doesn't seem like... I was complaining about this earlier. I wish these boosts were multiplicative rather than additive, because like it gives it an edge. But like if I, I don't even really need to upgrade this one right now because I can't use the supply. But you have to put like the Omnistones is the only exception at this point because you can keep upgrading it. But like the no, I have not even done that. I should probably do that part at least. Although, now that I think about it, I'm going to have to... I have designed it in a very poor way if I actually look at the map to get it the elemental... to give it energy. What, you don't like that? You don't like this just a horrifying abomination of mana pipes feeding every which way filled with crystals? Walls of pipes indeed, yes. They're, I can probably, improve it a bit by pulling these a bit further away from the reactor. Then maybe have some space to work with. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9. Need right there. I haven't actually. I don't have enough. I don't have enough systems really running on power right now to have it have any real impact yet. I cannot count. Okay, this will give me a little bit of space to work with. All of my systems that I have built are relatively localized. Like, I've got a mess of Earth powering some mines and stuff, but everything is just kind of put on top of what it needs to work with. And then I have the long lines coming out of the shrines themselves feeding into the reactor. Obviously, I could transport these not via the cloud, and I would probably have a better time, but I chose to go via the cloud. Okay. now I do have a little bit of space to work with if I'm interested in applying elemental power, which I probably should do. I guess the real question is, how do I want to go about doing it? I think I have too many. Too many, what am I looking at? Like regular mana crystals in the system, so I'm gonna kind of have to design it in a way that I can filter it out. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I guess in the sense that if the elemental stones are all doing the same thing, which is just improving its efficiency. So they don't need to be perfect, but yeah. Pipes only flow one way, which is part of the issue. Obviously I can... I guess if I just have like a quick drive-by loop, I can force crystals through of just random varieties. That will at least provide some boost. Loops within another loop, consistent supply. Yeah. I guess I'm not wildly concerned about it. I'll hook up some, but the main issue right now is I just have so many old systems that aren't related to this that need to be rebuilt from the ground up because they just can't support. They're not designed to support this much throughput. It's like, is meat even meeting demand? I guess I'm clicking on the wrong food. Yeah, nothing is actually like 100% fulfilled at all times. Fire loop bone corner. Mana crystal loop goes around the fire loop. Okay. I think I see what you're saying. I guess I was having issues before with needing more connection points because it couldn't discharge a single crystal fast enough. So like I could, for instance, like you're saying, connects in the middle of the reactor, so it's 5 connectors, yeah. So each corner would have an elemental feeding into it, and then the central point would be, oh wait, oh that will work, that'll work. Okay. Let me redesign this slightly. By slightly, I mean probably a lot. They do need to go back into one line. Hopefully that doesn't end up causing problems. Then I can still have 3 inputs on this end. I'm probably going to run into issues with how, well... So I can, yeah. I didn't mean to delete that. And I just have to have these outputs go around the loops to get back to this main hookup. Or alternatively, I could just localize it, but... Let me build a couple of setups real quick, and I guess I'm going up into the air because I need the space. I can build small elemental loops. Let me look back at the network real quick. Okay. So, put the transceiver for... No, I won't want to put the transceiver that close. I'll want to put the receiver right next to the inputs from each of the elemental ones. I guess I can just have it span effectively this length. That gives me access to a pretty good number of rechargers. Before I unpause the game at any point, I'll want to double check and make sure I haven't punctured any lines, because that will cause problems. It will be a sad day. Yeah, the barns are all for Omni Stones. I just chained a bunch of them together real quickly because I realized I didn't have enough storage for it. Honestly, it's like... I would probably want to pump it directly into my base, but I'm gonna have a real hard time getting it there. But what? I mean, if you think about it, 2,000 at some point is really nothing, isn't it? Your need will scale exponentially. Never gone above the 500. I mean, that's kind of fair. It's pretty expensive. Well, what? I've got enough. We can find out what's next. 1,000. It seems like it's just doubling. Also, what the heck? So apparently my 500 upgrade cost me 998 Omni Stones, but we'll disregard that. Why did it take all of my Omni Stones? I feel like I'm running into this more and more, where things are using much more than they should be. Okay, I need transmitters. It's hilarious that I inadvertently didn't cause terrible issues with this. I want to add some crystals to the systems right now. The never-ending consumption of Omni crystals. Trying to think, I can't actually... Oh no, that'll work. This goes like that. It's like I'm trapped. Yeah, basically. 40% boost, not even 50%. Let's get the regular mana crystals out of here. Well, no, I need to... So it's gonna jam up everything right now, but I need to actually put normal crystals, or elemental crystals, into the system. Oh, but they don't want to move. They say, no, we're all full, partner. Okay, and then I think once I actually hit... Once it's full completely, I'll just cut the line. I didn't put any pushers on my stuff. That's gonna make it a little difficult to recharge these. Okay. Well, I guess so. It is. It's at least working. Alright, now I need to, well, I say that. I have to cut this line so I can put Earth into the system. I don't want to fill it up too much, and it will jam. So that's probably fine. Okay, and then I can go around like that. That doesn't need to be there. Now I can do it on this side. This will be much cleaner. Oh, also Universe, I finally realized what it was. The reason I can't see any of the links you're sending me is because, and I totally forgot about this, I have I've set my chat to block links. So that was the reason I haven't been able to see any of your links. Oh, whoops, not that one. Okay. So this will all work at this point. Yeah, I don't want to get rickrolled all the time. Or worse. At least I don't have a web browser on the stream, you know. Okay, so that can go out this way, but I still have to get these pipes back around. I don't have a lot of output. Meat spin, yeah. I know what I need to do. And I should have done it before. This needs to be further back than these so that I actually have space in my network. Currently I don't have any means of getting my regular crystals out of the center. If I push these back 2 blocks, it should solve that problem. Okay. Mostly solve the problem? Yeah, there's a gap right there. I need to go 1 block further, so that, because otherwise this one's in the way. I mean, I could be less persnickety about it and just actually do it so that they feed in from any side instead of the side that the color matches on, but like, the color matches. I have to feed it into that corner. It can't go into any other spot. The color matches. Okay. Now after all this is said and done, should actually be able to have a functional system. So, 1 output, second output, third output gets to go around. Beautiful. I guess I'll link them up on the off chance that they're all full. Although it's not really going to work because they're, whatever. They'll survive. It all goes to the same place anyway. Okay, now we should actually see this doing something. No, go away. Go away, tooltip. I want to look at my thing. Why? What's... I understand you don't need to be up all the time. I want to be able to look at this menu. Well, it's working at least. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's fully boosted for an additional 400%. I like having it on because some of the lesser common things that I do, I forget about, but like, it shouldn't still be up. Turn it. Which one is it? Interface option to disable tooltips, not item tooltips. Chora message, no. I mean, alert bubbles, maybe? Hope. Which one of these is it? Context commands. There we go. Oh, came back up immediately. Whatever. I'll survive. Okay. See, if every building could be upgraded with all 4 elemental boosts, like, that's pretty good. Well, you can remove it, just, I don't know, maybe it is always up and I've just not noticed, because I haven't had a menu with that many things on it, but I feel like it's usually not there unless you're mousing over something. Why is one of these full but the other isn't? I guess it has to do with which one of the barns is being pulled from the most. Okay. So I'll probably want to actually finish this line. Alright, so now I need 4 iron plates and 2 gears, and I need that in a 10-second time frame, split between 2 buildings. Alright, so guess I'll start, let me see, because that's only 6 iron. I only need 3 mines mining iron, because they can mine it in 4 seconds, I think. I guess I'll build them farther out, and then it'll give me some workspace, or I'll do it like this. I haven't done magic rails yet either. I haven't done anything magic, but I'm excited because obviously once I have that, I'll be able to build much nicer systems. Because I want to try to, once I have these unlocked and have a decent stockpile, I want to build, I've set an arbitrary rule set for myself of I can only fulfill, I can only sell items that sell for the highest possible satisfaction in that category. But then I also want to design my systems so that they meet the demand at 1600 happiness. Now I know, and by demand I mean the rate of consumption, so obviously, you know, a house will still consume food, even if it, you know, like if I go over this, it's fruit and veggies is fine, but it's still consuming food. It just, I'm looking at it more from the maximum rate of consumption rather than the necessary rate of consumption. I want to design systems to meet that facet. Or not facet, I guess goal. I don't know. But, feel like I'll probably need some pretty nice resources to do that. Okay. Let me get forges above these. Why did I build them so close to the barns? Whatever. No, that is kind of a problem. You know what, let's stuff their faces so they can't eat anymore. I mean, I guess I could do that. Part of it is if I do it this way, I can achieve a very nice, very low percentage of workforce utilized. Obviously, I'm not going for any like world record or anything, but I want to try and have as small of a system as I can that meets the need. And I'm still, I finally looked at the packager today, and I'm just like, why did I not work with this at all? I feel like that's something I need to look into. I guess I'll build these with 2 spaces, so I've got no reason that I should have issues. Okay. Use some silos to get the stuff up to the next level. I've given up at shoots at this point, though. They burn me too much. I don't think they can handle systems at this point. I have a funny anecdote. Actually, I don't know if it's gonna be that funny. So, you know, that's already the mark of a good story right there, though. But today, so, to provide some insight into why I stream at the time that I stream, I'm not just an irresponsible young adult. I do work second shift, so it makes a little bit of sense. I should be thinking about getting off right now. I'm probably not going to. That's the irresponsible young adult part of it. But I work second shift. And I'm in kind of a management position. I mean, I guess I am literally in a management position, but as a result, I have a phone through my work. Oh, Packager, I gotta read this. Packager's amazingly useful. That said, I didn't use it, but then again, didn't use a single route either. I don't know if I'm more capable necessarily, Universe. It's just I'm utilizing different resources, because obviously you hit the goal, you maxed out happiness using only conveyors. Like, I don't know if I could do that. So I have, you know, a system like this with just a bunch of minecarts spinning around because they can push crap through it really quickly. To get back to the story though, my bosses can call me. I got very lucky today because they did call me, and they called me at 8:30, and I got off of my stream at like 4:30, kind of a manager. I was a supervisor, and then I was like, hey, I don't have what it takes to be a manager. Can I please step down to something more administrative? And eventually that request was fulfilled, but that's beside the point. Apparently, so we just started running a shift on the weekend where I work. For some reason, I've been getting signed in while not at work on the weekends. So someone has just been signing me in on the weekend. It's like, people are getting mad about it. They're like, Kyle, why were you signed in for 8 hours on Saturday? Did you work that day? That's too much time, too much overtime. Like, I wasn't there. But it's just like, part of it was on a machine, and I know there aren't many logins on that machine because it only has operators on it, and I used to run on that machine. But then the question is like, why would you use someone else's login on a machine to run it. I don't understand. You don't need to be signed into the machine to run it from like the timesheet aspect of it. But it's like, you know, if it didn't get caught, it would have been a free 8 hours of overtime, but I'm sure that I probably would not have been able to keep that money. So I'm gonna probably use lava to power these, and I can probably get away with just one fire shrine on each of these. Actually, probably don't even need that many, but I'm going to, you know what, no. I'm not gonna do that. Only one fire shrine. That's the thing, is I'm in like a beautiful position, and things are so disorganized that something like this, as long as it gets solved, is permissible. I mean, not really, but like, I wouldn't get fired over it. But that's just because I perform a function, I guess. I guess if I was less useful, perhaps I could get in trouble for this. But I mean, it got sorted anyway, so forget what I have done with this system. Give me Firestone. Alright, I'm actually gonna borrow some more to fill this. The way that we do it is we have a computer system, and everyone is responsible to log their time on the projects that they're working on. So, but then all of the managers can go and look at all of that time after the fact. So HR called my boss and was like, "Yo, your guy has way more hours, like way more hours than they should have. What's the deal?" What did happen the other week, though, which was kind of funny, and it kind of makes sense now that someone was using my account. I did stay late one Friday into Saturday, but then I stayed so late that I think in my sleep delirium state that I forgot to sign out. But someone did sign me out on like Sunday, so of course I come in on that Monday and HR is like, "Yo, you were signed in for what was it, like 40 something hours. Is that right? That can't be right. Like, what the hell happened?" I'm like, "Your guess is as good as mine." So I don't know what their deal is, why they can't get that sorted. I have enough iron plates now. I think I need to turn one of these into gears, so I guess I'll do it with this one. I think I can just do it like this. What the heck? Pretty sure I need 2. Yeah, because they take 10 seconds. Wait, no, I would only need 1 then. Okay. I need 1, I just need it split between the 2 inputs. To get metal flowing into here. I don't think I need a setup like this, but I'm gonna put one anyway. Yes, liquid hot magma, tasty. It's gonna pump out gears, except it's not gonna pump out gears. Now it's gonna pump out gears. And the rest of these can feed directly into the machine. Or machines. How do I want to do this? I did not think that through. I guess I have 2, so I might as well have 1 feed into one machine and 1 feed into the other. Which is still easier said than done, because I need them to go different directions. Okay, so 1 goes up and then 1 goes down, so this one will go down and around. be careful so I don't accidentally output gears onto it. Okay. That is correct. Okay, good. And then the next one will just go straight above. Beautiful. Okay, so these should be receiving materials. They are not receiving materials because I used the wrong kind of scaffold there. Oh, universe, have you seen my just ungodly, my contraption over here to build reinforced planks? Look at it, it's a horrifying abomination with wings made out of barns. But it can make a lot of reinforced planks. Yeah, it's just like, going back to what you just mentioned about the whole sabotage the reputation thing. It doesn't, like, I don't know what the end game is, because it's a problem that's just confusing, and it's easy enough to fix, and I've been there long enough, and, like, I don't know, communication's terrible at this company, but, it's like, it's not so bad that it can't, it's a problem like that can't get fixed. I don't understand what the end game is with it. Okay, let me build this. But as far as upper management's concerned, as long as things are getting done, I guess it doesn't really matter what's happening, as long as the costs aren't astronomical, which I guess they would be if you're paying someone hours and hours and hours of overtime that they didn't work. Oops, it helps if I have that face into the building. Okay, so now we're going to actually start outputting some conveyors. So I don't know why I care about utilizing the natural exit of the building, but I do. But I'm not going to with this one because, oh, I still can, it's just going to be real dumb. Alright. Now, if I mouse to the end of this line, I am starting to accumulate magical conveyor belts, which is good. Are these all getting their demands met to the best of their ability? The answer is, I guess. I don't really know. Sure, we'll say that it's meeting need. Time to shift to those magic converters. Oh yeah. Yeah. What's a line that could be that would benefit from magic converters? What's something that's basically backed up? That doesn't already need to be destroyed because it's not backed up further. Oh yeah, replace it on my hotbar. That is. You make a good point. I can't really argue with that. That's a good place to start. Okay. I want to make magical rails as well. Mostly because I plan on selling them, not because I actually care about using them so much. I mean, I might, but rails don't act, despite being, you know, you think of trains go long distances and carry lots of things. I mean, they do this, but, yeah, I guess you are right. Put the conveyors in the conveyor project. First and foremost, we'll use this line, we'll put them on this line that's already full. Actually, I might need to do it, replace this with it, because the chute is getting jammed. I guess it's not. That's at full capacity. So I guess the question is anything full that isn't full because it's... This doesn't have enough gears going into it. Why does one have more gears than the other? So this is full, this is full. These are all full. I'm going to hazard a guess that my wire system is jammed. Yes, it is. I need more rechargers. In fact, at this point, this whole setup should just be its own. Okay. Start with inputs like Mines of the Foresters. Yeah, that's what I do. I need to get better about planning where I put them. And I guess no, you're right. I'm not doing that. I'm building each step, but I'm not starting with the base of everything, which is probably the smartest way to go about it, is build all of the initial infrastructure and then go from there. Yeah, because I see what you're saying, because that seems to be my biggest issue, is I bottleneck at the beginning and then can't make a system work. Okay. Build transmitter and receiver. Am I doing it in this direction? I don't know. Whatever. I think I need a lot of rechargers for this. I mean, this is 8, but I can put it on both sides if I want. Am I boosting the machine shops? I am not currently boosting the machine shops. That is a good point. I can omni boost them for that little bit of additional bonus that I need to get it through. Perfect. Okay. I mean, I could get air boost in here, but I don't really want to. Because I'm already struggling enough to keep my mana lines not terrible as it is. Okay, mana pipe. Ooh, I've made a terrible mistake. Alright. I have to rework this whole line, basically. Oh no. I think I'll just feed new crystals in at this point. Okay, so the splitter one goes this way, one goes this way. Wow, beautiful. Alright, here's my main line of unlimited firestones, and off they go. Oh my gosh, the magic conveyor belts are so fast. It's beautiful. Let 'em go. Like nobody's business. I'm still not getting enough fuel. Did I not put enough in the system, or is my recharge setup still just insufficient? I think my recharge setup is still insufficient. You're gonna eat this, and you're gonna like it. Yeah, the faster you push the food into the store, the faster it goes into their mouth. Still probably afford to have more crystals in this system. I mean, there is something to be said about that. Having all of your lines permanently backed up. I feel like I need to be conscious about how sprawling I make these lines. I need more mana pipe, or I need more fire. Go, go, go! Is this transmitter not working? Yes, this transmitter is not working. Why is this transmitter not working? It's hooked up, I don't... like... What's your problem, sir? Sir? Sir, hello? Sir? Okay, so now with the additional influx, hopefully I'm able to meet my fire demands. This is still doing its job, yeah. Okay, yep, it's got unlimited power. Much like, Emperor Palpatine. And it's producing Omnistones to its heart's content. What facets of this can I speed up still? Now I have enough iron. I have enough gears. Don't have enough iron. I don't have enough gears. These aren't full. If these aren't full, I haven't done enough yet. I guess I can just I could just, I could mirror the setup I have, and then divert it so that it's all going into one machine shop each. That'll speed things along, which should help me on this front with the whole making things aspect. I think that's the best course of action. Yeah. So I'm going to reroute things. I have to get a little more clever about how I do it too, I'm realizing. Not really. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I've decided that these are not going to share. Each machine shop gets its own setup. Yeah. I'll use the magic conveyors. I mean, that's the whole reason we built this line. I suppose I should actually use the conveyors. go through and switch everything. Shame on me. Yeah. Look, I don't like change. Change is hard to accept. I cloned an existing metal conveyor. Yes. Even though I have them on my hotbar. I do appreciate that the game lets you upgrade conveyor belts without messing with any of the things on them already. Because in some games that would be an issue. Oh no, I've done it. I've done it now. Just want to upgrade that one in the middle, come on. Nope. 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 Alright. Oh my gosh. Get there eventually. There we go. What happened in Factorio? Upgrading things? We flatten the terrain. I guess I'll keep the game running, because even though I won't be building the correct amount of stuff. Or then all goods on lines wound up in your inventory to force them back on the belt. Yeah. Okay, I get where you're saying now. I will make this world submit to my whim. Destroy all the coal. Okay. Yeah, I would imagine so. Okay. So I'm gonna make a questionable decision, but when I said I'm gonna scale this system up by mirroring it, that's what I meant. I'm gonna scale this system up by mirroring it. And they're gonna share this middle, these silos. These silos will. I mean, they'll be shared, but they're already like full. Yeah. So it's just, they can't output iron fast enough. Can't smelt fast enough, but they have enough resources. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't properly support this scaffold. It's not an exact mirror. Alright, there we go. You seeing something you don't like? The fact that I'm going to be sharing silos on two different sides? Everything must be mirrored. It must be exact. I'm gonna need to wait till the developer adds in another model that is flipped so that this can be mirrored properly. Because right now it's not, and it upsets me. And I have to add an unnecessary grabber to this so that it is mirrored. Because even though it's outputting, it's not gonna work. It doesn't. doesn't do it right. Alright, splitter. Okay. Iron plates. Input goods into the system where they're needed. Till the rate that the conveyors are produced matches the rate that I use them. Yeah, it probably wasn't necessary to do it quite like this, but I want consistent output and I don't want to think about it because I'm getting to a point where I am not that cognizant of what I'm doing anymore. Okay, machine shop for gears. Okay, now feed it into this one. Okay, so I can just do it like this. Oops. Do not need a scaffold on the ground. You let the game run. Yeah, making conveyors as fast as possible. The limiting factor will be... I could use more magic forges. The limiting factor will ultimately end up being, and what seems like it actually currently is, the air temple. Because the only way to increase that speed is to either increase the happiness or to buy more Omnistone upgrades. But eventually I'm gonna hit a point where I just can't do anything more. Okay, probably actually build the lines to connect these. Look how fast it goes on those conveyor belts. Vroom. Yeah. My stock, honestly, I guess I made a good decision on this. My stockpile for this setup is larger than it is for some of my other temples. At 1200, I think a lot of them only have 600. Or I think the water and fire only have 600 because I did those later and I'm like, I don't need this much storage, I'm not using these crystals. And then my earth and air both have 1200 storage. I am putting this. This one will be a lot nicer in that I can just go straight into the side. It is nice to see that the magic conveyor belts making necklaces for consumption yet. I believe I am, I just don't remember if... I had two lines going, okay, yeah, I'm making both necklaces and crowns, but my crown line kind of sucks and doesn't work very well. But this whole setup is struggling because of it's not able to, doesn't have enough throughput. There we go, look at that. I'm actually meeting demand. It's like the one item I'm selling enough of are, right now I'm doing crowns and necklaces. I want to do either crowns and fire rings or, yeah, crowns or fire rings are mostly what I'm concerned about, but I don't have fire ring set up yet. And then I messed up somewhere along the line with the crowns. Oh, it just doesn't have enough power. That's the problem. Oh my gosh, why didn't I fix that? Okay, so I just need a more extensive charging station. Remember I had a bunch of issues while I was working on it. But I probably could have fixed it a lot sooner if I was more attentive. I know at some point, that's gonna go into the barn, isn't it? Filter the barn to only accept magma. I should have There was one point where one of these systems I was building while I was struggling with a shortage of reinforced planks, and maybe it was this one, and maybe that's why I made questionable decisions, but it probably wasn't. And I probably just made questionable decisions. Like the one I'm making right now, with the direction that this is set up. Questionable. All these forges, don't do this to me, game. Come on, place it. Place the recharger. Okay. Logistics block, splitter. Pipes, mana pipe. System is a nightmare. Ooh, almost made a terrible mistake there. This can go here. I've just pushed a dead crystal into the system, but it didn't seem to cause any problems. Why aren't these ones moving? Oh, it's because the pipe is one directional. Go. Yeah, no. I built both because you needed the crowns and the necklaces to get the base upgrade, and then I just kind of let them run. I'm curious as to how it would, as far as actually like selling it's concerned, if they consume it at varying rates. I mean, it does, obviously it's consumed, both are being consumed, so they're both providing income, just obviously not at their full capacity of the rate that they would normally be. Okay. What's being limited here? Throughput of shirts. That's something that can be solved with magic conveyor belts. Wow, suddenly this whole system works better. Come on, let me rotate my camera. Don't know if I can reach where these conveyors are. Can't reach that one. Now without making some modifications. New game scenario would have every consumption backed up in the shop. That would be interesting. You'd need a pretty beefy computer to run all of that. Or I guess if you distributed it well enough, you might not even need that. Because if you spread it all across the land, maybe you won't ever be looking at one point closely enough that it will lag your game. It's an interesting concept that just sounds terrifying in practice. Okay. So now the limiting factor is power. Pretty sure I have like a pretty extensive power setup. I do, I just don't have enough crystals in the system. That's the problem there, is I need more crystals. Where is a place that I could steal crystals from? This is a place I could steal crystals from. There's a transmitter stuck somewhere, I know. Maybe there isn't. Good thing there aren't nuts in the game. Oh yeah. Got your metal nuts and your organic nuts. Forget wherever the hell my, oh yeah, my water shrine is over here. This is where I can get regular mana crystals from. Bring them over to my setup. is a good question. I mean, we can count them by going through the economy panel. Let's see, 3, 7, 11, 14, 18, 20, 24, 27, 33, 36, 42, 46, 49, 50, 60, I think I might have missed one. 70, like 74, 75-ish. It's a lot of consumables. Okay, how does this work now that it has more crystals in it? Hopefully better. Yeah, a lot of them are food. Okay, now this is backed up. It needs more connection points. Okay. Thankfully, adding additional connection points doesn't seem like it's going to be that much harder. Okay. Then I need to upgrade the conveyor belts on it. And honestly, I should put some logistics on this because it's not divvying its resources well enough. Okay. Maybe now we'll see a little bit better throughput of shirts that are enchanted. Although honestly, like, there's no reason that I have all of these feeding on the same line. Oh geez, I just crossed the streams. Okay. I broke it. So 2. This one will feed there, and then this one will split between them. That will hopefully... I guess it's not going to really improve things that much because this line is priority, because it gets half of all of the things that go through, whereas the other ones only get a quarter each. Seems to be working though. Good way to split one line into 3. This seems to be the best way I can see. My biggest struggle is splitting 2 lines into 3. Oh, duh, yeah. I literally made one split into 3 here and then haven't done that in the other areas. What am I doing? Yeah. Yeah, I know how to do that. I haven't done it, but I know how to do it. Okay, there we go. There, now we should see better improvement. And we can already see more shirts flowing out. It's a little bit better than it was. Okay, still pumping away. Wagon wheels are limiting. Yeah. It is nice, because like, in a lot of other games, if you wanted to split things like that, you'd have to build usually have to build a pretty extensive setup. I never finished hooking up my iron, did I? No, I did not. Okay, now it seems that the limiting factor is my trees. I didn't plant enough trees. I didn't think it'd be an issue, so I didn't plant that many. Turns out it's an issue. I can't even go that far because of where my foresters are built. They can only reach that line, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because that's 4. Well, I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. And I'll have to bear that in mind in the future. Is that if I need a constant supply of trees, I have to build very wide. Because trees take a long time to grow. Alright. I guess it's doing its thing though. I mean, it will keep pumping them out once it gets them, and the trees will kind of regrow. I feel like they'll all kind of regrow around the same time. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Conveniently enough, because of this silo system, I can expand. So I should expand. Flatten down. So 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4. I want to say I can reasonably use all of this space. Oh, I just carved into the mountain more than I meant to. Goodbye, berries. You're about to meet an unfortunate demise. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. I want farm tiles. Well, I guess I should place my foresters first. Make sure they're in line where they need to be. To do this. It's not actually maximizing things, unfortunately. But, yeah, I might as well. Try and keep the gold intact, he says as he immediately makes the gold go downhill. Wait, no, my God. No, stop, please don't flatten there. Think about numbers and division. I don't know why 7 is a magic number, like, I mean, it's prime, I guess. That's like the whole thing about why when I go to build my final systems, I guess I'm gonna make them around 1600%. Because if you design your systems around maximum happiness, you'd be designing them at 1700% because you have a 1600% boost. But I'll tell you what, 17 is also a prime number, and as a result, I don't have any desire to work with it whatsoever. Because ain't no ratios that go into that. Yeah. Those numbers are like your basic building blocks. Tools, no. Farming. Plant tree. I somehow managed to design this very poorly and so that there's a gap in the middle between the two setups, but whatever. Alright. Set them to wood. And feed them into the silos. Six or eight fingers. Yeah. Well, it is interesting to think about how it seems most likely that a base 10 numerical system came to be most likely just because that's how many fingers we have. And that our whole concept of how we count and how we do our math would probably be different if we had a different number of fingers on our hand. Okay, so pretty soon, once these trees grow, we should start seeing higher throughput of wagon wheels. Yeah. I don't know though, it's like, it's crazy to think, if we had 4 fingers, like yeah, it'd be easier for binary, but would we actually, oh my gosh, would we actually have developed a binary system, or would we have used, would we have done like base 4? Go. Fly, my pretties. That's satisfying. I mean, I'm pretty sure at this point the same result could be achieved with chutes as well, but I don't trust them. I want to see what this looks like. I am going to turn off slow conveyor belts. Whoops. I want to see how terrifying these are. Oh yeah, I'm glad I have slow conveyor belts turned on, because that hurts my eyes. That hurts my eyes a lot, and I'm sure it looks really great on stream with the bitrate and everything. Oh my. I am very thankful for the slow conveyor belt animation option. I don't want to turn them off, but I can't look at that. Okay, so now what's our limiting factor? It's still logs. But I probably need to. Now, I guess you're right. Now that I think about it, it's not the number of fingers on a hand, it's the number of fingers we have in total that base 10 comes up with. Or at least, you know, I don't know about you, maybe you have 10 fingers on each hand. Yeah, 20 is also pretty popular. Okay, does this improve this at all? There's some of these full, but others aren't. Oh. Because only 2 of the lines are being pulled from consistently. Okay, but we are seeing a higher output of regular conveyor belts, which is helping us meet our metal conveyor belt demand. And we're getting close to actually outpacing the shrine. Part of that is the shrine is also split with, oh, we're running into different issues. I need more mines. Need more mana crystals. This part's all fine. You know what? I'm gonna try something. I'm going to place a bunch of mana shards around this, and I'm going to use an earth shrine to replenish them. I want to see how that works. But first and foremost, I should probably replace these lines with magic conveyors because they suck. I want natural sped up mines. And by natural, I mean magically enhanced, of course. Alright. Yeah, I noticed that, and I think if I go real hard with placing enough nodes around them and then use an Earth Shrine to replenish the nodes, could see some crazy fast Mana Shard action. It's hilarious, because here, do a little bit of an experiment and just paint a bunch on one side. And we should see way more come out of this side than the other. Yeah. It's pretty good. What's the scale? Oh, the mine scale is larger than I thought. I gotta place all the shards first. Then we can look at the crazy high boost. Oh, I'm out of resources. Yeah, so what, this one's at 400%, this one's at 320. Just look at it go! Alright, so I gotta change this setup a little bit so I can get more lines. I guess I didn't need to do that. Just build lines on top of lines. Why is this not... There we go. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so let me place down more nodes. Yeah, but these are full. Okay. They're like full, but they're still hilariously not meeting demand. Oops. It's not gonna work, is it? It is, okay. Right, hopefully a third line on each of these should be enough. Keep this full. Yeah. Alright. Beautiful. That's meeting demand, that's meeting demand. These are filling up, so I can place more. Alright, place Mana Shard. Now these are already going at, oh yeah, 420%, but it's not gonna last for too long. I need Earth Shrines, which I have never used. How do Earth Shrines work? Let's find out. Earth Shrine. Regenerates supply of nearby natural resources. I gotta build like a network of them. added permitted term, slope down slope. Apparently it didn't like the word slope. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, yeah. Where I could kind of do like a, I guess I'll build a little model of it right here. So like if this stone block is where the building is, you could have like one like this. And something along these lines. That would work, right? I think so. It apparently, I don't know, it flagged the word, the term slope as questionable. Slope's a naughty word, you know. Okay, Earth Shrine. It's one block further over. Is it still yelling at you, or did it just yell at you that one time? Okay. Imagine I'm going to need a copious amount of recharges for this. Yeah, I don't know. No, I didn't put these far enough out. Oops. That gets that, that gets that. Perfect. Yeah, you can swear all you want, you just can't say the word slope. I don't even know why that would trigger anything. That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, I think it'll let you say it now because I added it as a permitted word apparently. Okay, let me put down 2 receivers. Each in opposite directions. 4 transmitters. Alright, and 3 chargers. Splitter. Oh. Oh, it's on the ground. I'm like, I made a floating splitter. I did not make a floating splitter. Okay, I need to get a bunch of earth crystals into here. Why is there a random mana connector? I feel like I need to make these share. Didn't like I added the term slope down slash or comma slope, whatever that is, or whatever. Yeah, let me see. I think it was specifically this phrase. It didn't like. I don't know, maybe it tripped a spam filter or something. Racism. It's the beauty of automated moderation. Oh no. Can't get earth stones in here very easily because this stupid fire line. Okay, here's a solution. We're gonna go mainland. I'm gonna build a bridge underneath the cloud. This is how computers work. Yeah, that's what we're thinking. We're on the same page. Oh no, I'm out of living bricks. Or not living bricks. Mana brick. Why? What's the problem? Why am I out of mana brick? Guess I just built too much stuff without unpausing the game. Not getting enough fuel, that's part of it. Alright, mine, you have one job and one job only, and that is to mine a pathetic amount of coal and deliver it. Godspeed. There you go. Okay. But mostly I just have to not work with the game paused for too long. Mana pipe. Oh my gosh, I built in the wrong spot. I'll get there eventually. Hooray. I feel like this is a terrible solution to a problem, but it is kind of fun. Alright, now we'll evenly inundate the system. Oh my gosh, we can see little sparkles happen. Wow, look at them go. It's kind of cool. I do like the little firework effect, that's nice. How much does it replenish them with? It doesn't seem like it replenishes them with very much. Part of it is it's not getting enough power. It only gives them like a couple, like one literally. It gives it one. Well, it's a thing, I guess. Whatever. Because even with this whole setup, it's still like not. I mean, I guess to be fair, there's a lot of storage to get through, but once my conveyor storage is full, then it will benefit this in the sense that it will build up a stock, and then once I use more conveyors, it will be able to drain at a faster rate. But yeah, it doesn't seem like it's gonna necessarily cut it. Like, I guess if I look right now, I'm getting close to, well, no, I'm like halfway full. Why is this not getting enough gears? What's your problem? This one has unlimited resources. Oh, these don't have air shards. I mean, I guess it doesn't. Oh yeah, and then these need more magical forges. Okay, that's able to meet demand. I need one more set of things. Didn't give myself enough space to build it, which is the best part, because I can go back one space. Okay. Just thought about the select tooltip. Maybe it's under camera tooltip. Well, I know it was the it was context command, so if I turn it off, it disappears. But I do want context commands, I just don't want it always up. It's not a fault with the game, it's that I'm a picky, fickle person. I just want them to be contextual rather than always on. Okay, so I can build a mine and just continue leeching off the same resources, but this is only an incremental boost anyway, so okay. What's your problem? No, that's your problem. Okay. Or play Banished. No, I saw Banished. My like Windows made 30 years ago. Yeah. My friend has, I've seen a little bit about it. My friend has aptly described it to me as a starvation simulator. I'm gonna have to leech some fuel off of this. Windows claim to fame. Windows. Movable panels, indeed, yeah. The graphical user interface. Wait, no, hold on. That was, didn't Mac develop the graphical user interface and then Windows took it over? Xerox. What about Xerox? They made it, and then I'm just misattributing it to Mac or Apple. I couldn't tell you. There was a point where I learned this just because it was part of the history lesson in an intro design class, but I don't know. It doesn't surprise me that they would steal it. Okay. Right, now I need to have a direct line from this barn into the shrine. Okay. Hopefully we'll be meeting demand now. Okay, so now I'm building as quickly as I can. I can spend 1,000 Omni Stones to get a 40% boost. But they're not gonna do that. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. They're both. I mean, what the backstories of all of these things are just all so underhanded. Is it all prioritizing these ones? Like one forge that's consistently outputting, and then everything else is just barren of crystals. I don't know. We've got this system up and running, more or less. It's beautiful to watch things fly across all of these lightning blue conveyor belts. But it is 4:30 a.m. and it's past my bedtime, so I think I am going to cut the stream off here. I'll see you guys around. Thanks for showing up. I'm zooming in as I'm trying to scroll through chat on the Streamlabs. Thanks, Ether, for the raid at the beginning of the stream, and could peek at the houses before I go. Yes, I'll look at the houses. Although they're in probably a similar state. Yeah, they're all roughly between 10 and 13. I think 13's the highest they can get, because I'm pretty sure there's still 3 categories that I'm not meeting. I'm not meeting gourmet, spellbooks, or potions. So 13's the highest they can be, and then 10 just seems to be like an average low. A lot of them are around 11 or 12 right now. And then, yeah, so like my sandwich line is not cutting it. My meat, everything else seems to be sufficient, but I guess it makes sense that my sandwich line sucks. It's the, my first line, and it's the worst of them all. But, yeah. Anyway, see you guys around, probably tomorrow. Until then, take it easy, fam.